Yo, what's going on, guys? It is me, Quicken, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna take a look at the best young midfielders that you should use for FIFA 21 career mode. We're gonna be taking a look at cams, center mids, and CDMs that you should use, and I tried having at least two from every position. But if you do go on to enjoy today's episode, make sure to leave a like and also leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions of anything I could do to make these videos better, as well as leaving your suggestions of other players that you would like to see in future videos. Also, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be taking out FIFA 21 content, so if you don't want to miss out, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to put on the notification bell. That way you can be notified when I upload a new video. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. We are going to start off the list with Joao Felix from Atletico de Madrid. He is 20 years old, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. He had the major signing coming from Benfica to Atletico de Madrid last season for over $100 million. And in the previous FIFA, he did have a potential of over 90, but I think he will have a potential of 93 in the next FIFA. And he is going to cost a lot of money because he does have a huge tag on him because he came for over 100 million. So right now, Transfer Market says that his transfer price is $89 million. Now, Joao Felix has been the main man at Atletico de Madrid, but the playing style under Diego Simeone hasn't really been fitting in for him. He likes to be creative, he likes to have the ball possession, but the way that Atletico de Madrid play is more of a defensive counterattack style, which he could play in, but that just allows you to just have so many attacks. Last season, he did have 27 appearances in La Liga, scoring 6 goals and only 1 assist, which is very different compared to what he did in the Liga NOS. He scored 15 goals and 9 assists. You know, he didn't do as well as many Atletico fans wanted him to do, and even other fans that just love the sport of football. But, you know, I feel like next season he is going to do much better. And if they are under Diego Simeone, they're just going to have to give him more minutes. One of the most notable games that he did play in was in the Champions League game versus Red Bull. He came off the bench. He scored a goal. As soon as he came into the game, he was a threat, and he was creating attacks for Atletico that during that game, they literally did nothing. So if you guys want to bring him into your team in your career mode, he is going to cost a lot of money, but he is a franchise player. He's going to bring you a lot of sales and shirts, a lot of popularity because he's so young and has so much potential, and he is the heir to Cristiano Ronaldo in the Portuguese team, and he's going to be alongside of Bruno Fernandes and other very gifted players. But he's barely 20, very good young player, and he's literally the best prospect in the midfield position today. We now move on to Ajax and the young players they have in their academy and players that have been able to make it through to the first team. We all know that Ajax is a team that likes developing a lot of good young players, and we've seen it in the past years. Now they have this good young talent, barely 18 years of age, Ryan Gravenberch, and I believe he will have a potential of 88 in the next up-and-coming FIFA. And I believe he only will cost you around $12 to $15 million because he won't be as high rated because he is playing for Ajax, who have been doing really well in the Champions League and in Europe. But because he hasn't been playing too much, he only had 9 appearances in the last season, and he does play as a center mid, center defensive mid, but he has been able to score 2 goals and have 1 assist in those 9 appearances. So you can never go wrong buying a player from Ajax, a team that loves developing their youth, loves giving playing time to their youth, and literally by the age of 23, these kids are ready to go on to a better team and go on to produce great play. And you know, most of these Dutch kids, once they're the age of 23, 24, they are already playing like they're in their prime, already like they're 30. It's crazy. We've seen great examples of previous players from Ajax. Just recently, Donny van de Beek came to Manchester United, and I feel like he's already well and polished, and he's ready to give his all to Manchester United. So this kid can do the same. You can try and get him in your next couple of seasons. Once he turns 20, bring him into your team and ease him into that starting 11. Literally by the age of 21, he will be an exceptional player. So he's a great cheap option, and you know Ajax is always producing great players, so go ahead and pick yourself Ryan Gravenberch. We will now take a look at EXEQUIEL Palacios from Bayer Leverkusen. He just made the move coming from Argentina over to Bayer Leverkusen, and if you play Ultimate Team, you do know that this kid got a Future Stars Ultimate Team card, and he had very good stats on that card as well. But coming back to career mode, I do believe he will have a potential of 88, and his price range will vary, but I do think it will be in the $20 million range. Now, he does play as a cam, as a center mid, and he's Argentinian, and if you do love having Argentinian players in your team, he would be a great player to come over and sign for your team as well. He is the age of 21, so he is a little older compared to the other players that we normally have in these videos, but that just means that he's already of age, he's already competing at a high level, and I do hope that he does well in Bayer Leverkusen. He did have 3 appearances and he didn't score any goals or give any assists, but it's a new league, and I do know that he will do very well just because he has a lot of potential to be a great player. So keep an eye out for EXEQUIEL Palacios. Jonathan David is next on the list, the young Canadian beast. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, but he does have double citizenship, and currently I think he did make the decision to play for Canada, and Canada is producing some great talents. We've already seen Alphonso Davies with Bayern Munich. Normally he was a left mid, but they converted him into a left back, and he did exceptional with Bayern Munich in the Champions League to get that treble. So here we have Jonathan David. Taking a look at his stats, I was very surprised because he actually was a beast. In 27 appearances with Ghent, which I believe is in the Belgium league, he was able to score 18 goals and assist 8 times. So he can play as a cam, he can play as a striker, but this kid, he smells a goal and he strikes in goals left, right, and center. He is the age of 20, so yeah, he's not too young. He's 20 years old, and he's already, you know, developing into a great player. He did make the move from Ghent over to Lille in France, which is awesome. I feel like France is a good league to develop new young prospects, and he's been already proving himself in Belgium, and now he's going to come over to France, and hopefully he develops even better. But come on, we've already seen what Alphonso Davies can do, and here's another Canadian player that you should keep an eye out for and you should bring into your team. He will cost you around $30 million, so he is going to cost a little more compared to other players on this list, but it would be a great investment for you to bring him into your team. RICARD PUIG is the next player we're going to take a look at, or he's known as Ricky PUIG from Barcelona. He's coming straight from La Masia, and he's been able to get a good amount of games to get played in this last season, and a lot of Barcelona fans are happy about him, and they want him to be the starting midfielder for Barcelona this season next to Frankie de Jong. I do believe he will have a potential of 88 in the next FIFA, with a price range of $28 million. He is the age of 21, and he has been able to get himself into the first team of Barcelona. And really, when I've seen this kid play, he is explosive, he's very good technically, and he has a very, very good passing. And a lot of Barcelona fans are happy that he has been able to break through coming from La Masia. That is something that a lot of Barcelona fans believe that they lost in previous years, bringing up new talent from their developmental system. And I do see him developing very quickly, just like other players did before, like Sergio Busquets, who came up right into the first team and developed very well and gave good performances. And a lot of people do compare him to the likes of Xavi and Iniesta, so it's always good to be compared to those greats. We make our way over to Italy and we take a look at the wonder kid from Brescia, Sandro Tonali, who have been linked to the Italian giants in Inter Milan and AC Milan, and I do believe he will be going to AC Milan to bring his talents too, but I do believe he will have a potential of 89 and price range going from $35 to $40 million. I think he did have around 7 assists in the previous season in the Serie A, as well as scoring 1 goal in 35 appearances. So a very good center mid that's going to provide you with assists and will have everyone and will have everyone participating in the play and have that killer pass for your striker to go on through on goal and score the goal. So Sandro Tonali, take a look out for him as well. Italian, very good, and he does look like he's big, so he does have good physical as well as good passing statistics. So take a look out for Sandro. And now we have one of the top prospects from Real Madrid, Reiner, who came from Brazil, and right now he is loaned out to Borussia Dortmund so that he can develop himself and get a little better and get used to that European football. But Reiner, I think he will have a potential of 91 in the next FIFA, going up from 90 from this FIFA 20 that he had, and he will cost around $25 million. And this kid is looking to be very, very good. I've seen a lot of clips on him, very good on the ball, good dribbling, very fast, and good at finishing the ball and scoring goals. And Real Madrid have been doing a great job on buying young talent and being able to develop them and bring them into the first team. We've already seen that with Vinicius Jr., and we've also seen it with Rodrigo and Reiner. Right now is getting the experience that he needs over at Borussia Dortmund. But he is tall, he's fast, good on the ball, and if you're looking for a good young player that's going to have a lot of good potential and can be a top star in the future, look for Reiner, who I know a lot of you tried using in FIFA 20. So go ahead and give him a try, and I can't wait to see what the future holds him as a Real Madrid fan. We're already rounding up to the last couple players on the list, and the next one is YARI VERSCHAEREN from Belgium. He plays for Anderlecht, and I do believe he will have a potential of 87 and a price range of $15 million. Now, I couldn't say his last name right, I'm sorry, but compared to other players like Hazard and like Mertens, this last name is very, very difficult, but I do believe you're going to hear a lot about him in the future. And I don't know about you guys, but I like having different players from different nationalities in my team, players from like Belgium, players from Denmark, Norway, just because they don't have a lot of opportunities in bigger clubs, in bigger leagues, but they're so freaking good, and they normally, you know, stay either in their league or they move on to the Eredivisie or to the Bundesliga. But just for me, I would love to buy this kid and develop him in my team and have him as a reference player to grow other youth players as well. But you should pick him up. Doesn't cost too much, and he could be good for your subs or reserves, whatever you want to do with him. But there we go, YARI. We're gonna call him YARI because I can't say his last name. And we finally made it to the final player on the list, which is CAMAVINGA, and this kid is only 16 years old, but take a look at the price that he's gonna cost you. $41 million with a potential of 88, and he is barely 16. And in this previous FIFA, he did have a overall of 75. So that is something you don't really see that often, a young player with a high overall. So a lot of people are saying that he's going to be very good. And he's French, of course. And France is always developing good players that are always hyped up. And I'm not going to lie, looking at that photo of him, he does look like Clarence Seedorf. And he does look like a mini Clarence Seedorf, I'm not gonna lie. But if he's anywhere close to who Clarence Seedorf was as a football player, this kid is gonna be all over the map for European teams. And there is supposedly trade rumors or transfer rumors that he's gonna go over to Real Madrid in a big deal. But you know, he's still young, he's playing for Rennes, and he is gonna cost you a pretty penny. But he is hyped up, barely 16, and I mean, when you see a player that's worth $40 million and he's 16 years old, you know a lot of teams are going to be knocking on the door in the future to sign him. So yeah, take a look for Eduardo Camavinga. And that ends off the list that we have here for midfielders you should take a look at. There was a lot of options, but I wanted to keep the video concise and wanted to give you my suggestions of the players that personally I would want to get for my FIFA 21 career mode, but I know there was a lot of people I left out, which is why I'm thinking of doing a part 2. Let me know what you guys think about that. But that is pretty much it. If you guys did enjoy it, you already know, leave a like, show your support, leave a comment down below, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe. And we're gonna take out a new video in a couple of days, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I'm Quinkin, and I will see you guys next time.